Welcome to Main Street Minds with your host, Amish Munshi. This is where industry leaders and seasoned pros share their secrets to success beyond limits. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to Main Street Minds. Today we have a very special guest, Neethu, with us, all the way from Chandler, Arizona. I love that place because there's just so much things to do around Arizona. It's like a hidden gem, right? Like a lot of outdoors things to do, and more especially, a lot of very good tech work happening over there. Real hands-on tech work, along with leadership and innovation happening right there in Arizona. So without any further delay, please welcome Neethu. Thanks for joining us on a busy Friday, and please share your experience and enlighten us.
Thank you, Amish. Firstly, thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here and share my journey and other questions, whatever your audience wants to hear from me. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. So tell us how did you get started? Like what got you interested in general in tech, and then what you specialize on?
Yeah, so I did my bachelor's back in India. Science was always interesting to me.
Mhm.
Maths was a little difficult, but then I figured out, no, I was learning it the wrong way. Instead of practicing, I was just reading it like English, and
Ah,
I figured out, no, that's the wrong way of studying math. But
yeah,
yeah, once I figured that out, it became easy. So I knew I wanted to do something in the science, the STEM field, and then engineering was because I had some cousins who were earning really good money, and
yeah,
immediately after they graduated, they got a job. They got to come to US and other countries to do their projects and things like that, which was more attractive to me. So
right,
that was the main reason, the job stability and the salary and all of that was the main motivation for
yeah,
me to get into
yeah, yeah.
engineering. Yeah.
That's
And
exactly right.
computer science. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's when we are doing something like really nice and useful, kind of
Hmm.
money just follows it. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. And like the more further ahead we look in a career, I think the more computers, automation, AI, and everything is kind of the biggest
Hmm.
things happening even right now, and probably even in the future. I keep thinking like medicine might pick up, and then something else might pick up, and it could be space, it could be
Right.
here, like something else will pick up, but tech has been around, at least that's
So long.
my generation says
Yeah.
it's the tech generation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The others have a lot of potential, but it's still not a big huge industry.
Yeah. Yeah. And and tech is very horizontal, right? You can apply it to all these different domains that you just mentioned, right? Medical,
Yeah.
all these different places you can apply different types of tech things. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. So tell us what you do now.
Yeah, so I'm actually a senior software engineer working at Intel. I joined as a recent college grad. I did my master's from
Hmm.
Arizona State University. And then I got to do almost like a 1 year internship with Intel
Okay.
college and company is both here in Arizona. So it became easier to do that.
Yeah.
And then they liked me, so they offered me a full-time job offer. And then since then, I've been just continuing with Intel. So Intel is like very big company, and there are
Yeah.
like multiple projects you can get involved, and that has been my journey. I've got opportunities to jump around projects, jump around different programming languages, and then my whole journey of machine learning also kind of started with Intel with my first project, and then now continuing with the image processing side of it and all that. So that's how it continued with
Right.
Intel. Yeah, yeah.
And Intel being such a large company, like how, and most
Hmm.
people still think it's about the hardware, it's about the CPU, right? How does
Right, right.
how does computer vision play into all of that?
Yeah, so like I said, I am actually a software engineer. So what does a software engineer do in a hardware company? You asked the right question.
Yeah.
So what I do is basically I develop these application level programs or software. We make it run faster on the
Okay.
Intel hardware. We optimize those and make it run faster. And then we basically show the outside world, the developers and the our customers that this application runs fast on an Intel platform.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of enable selling more Intel chips and more
Right.
Intel hardware. That's the way we create the
Okay.
pull for
Yeah.
Intel hardware. Yeah. And
Makes,
then now currently, since it's all of the buzzword is AI, we develop
yeah.
AI applications which are more specific to image processing and things like that to make it run faster on the Intel hardware.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
on a day-to-day basis, like, do you have to deal with system level programming as well? Like, say,
Mhm.
where can we do the optimizations? Like, do you have to go down into the embedded software level, or it's still the
Not,
application?
yeah, not much. It's all application,
Okay.
but we do have some APIs which we can use to make it run faster. So
Okay.
the whole embedded level software that you're saying, right? That
Yeah.
we talk to those packages or APIs through an
Mhm.
application level API. So we
Yeah.
don't have to really go into the deep into the system level
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Makes sense. And then within
Mhm.
within computer vision, like, where do you see, like, uh what do you have to do? Like, tell us a little bit more about computer vision.
Sure. So I've been working on multiple domains.
Mm-hmm.
My current focus is more on the self-checkout. So if you have
Okay.
seen now, we have Walmart's,
Yeah.
Fry's, all these places have cameras. They have
Yeah.
automated self-checkouts,
Yeah.
and then you can see cameras either mounted directly in front of the user, or some stores they have it like right on top of the customer
Yeah.
situated. So they're using these companies, these retailers are using computer vision to detect theft. That's one use
Yeah.
case. And then obviously image processing can be used for product detection and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
those are all the areas where you can apply
Mm-hmm.
image processing models there.
Okay.
And this field is still like growing. It's not yet as established as a like an NLP, like a natural language processing models, because there are a lot of issues. There are a lot of like deployment issues when it comes to image processing, computer vision models. So that's where my team is currently focused on. We work on these automated self checkouts
Mm-hmm.
applications, and then we showcase that to our customers and other developers, how you can run those fast on an Intel platform. Most of
Okay.
these self checkouts have like Intel running on them, so
Yeah, interesting. And
that's.
they have improved so
Mhm.
much. Like, I think if I go back 5, 7 years as well, like, it
Mhm.
was like, oh, even the barcode scanning would be difficult.
Yeah,
Forget about everything else that's actually
right.
happening today.
Right,
Uh,
and even Amazon Go, if you have heard about,
yeah,
they started that store entirely, for easy self checkouts and things like that.
yeah,
But they had to shut it down, so there were
yeah,
no issues. Yeah, there were
yeah,
issues
yeah. So
with
I think it will get there someday, right?
better. Yeah, yeah.
It will make a comeback someday.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
the systems are getting better, the software is getting better. So
Right.
that's the magic that you do.
Yeah.
So, I think going forward, like, where do you see things headed? Like, I know Amazon Go
Mhm.
is obviously one example, but and right now you're working in retail, but what are some of the other applications that you see of computer
Yeah,
vision?
medical side is making a lot of advancements, but mostly what I'm seeing is people building their models rather than focusing on how do you use these models to make inferences, right? Because when you say AI, there are like two aspects. One is the training side, training the
Mm-hmm.
models, and then the other side is the inference, which is you're just applying these models and getting the data out.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have all these established models already available, right? For example, a people detection model that's like
Mm-hmm.
very common now. You can easily grab something, from the development side, and then you can
Mm-hmm.
apply that to your inferences. But
Yeah,
the results that we get, right? That is the where the problem really is. So
yeah,
medical side, I'm seeing a lot of models getting built,
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll in future we'll start seeing these getting deployed in actual medical use cases. Medical side does take time to get approval.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, health sector is pretty strict, right, with respect to privacy and data and
Mhm.
all that. So we may not see it coming like really fast as compared to a retail one, right? So that is one, and then obviously the autonomous vehicles. In Arizona, we do
Yeah.
have Waymo, who's testing out their autonomous cars, and now you can actually book a car from with your phone app, and it'll take you to airports and
Oh, nice.
everywhere else. So it's very common here now in Arizona here, because they're doing all the testing here.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I think it ended up getting blocked over here in California, and Arizona
yeah,
was still open to
yeah,
allowing it. So now Waymo is able to also go on the highways over there.
yeah.
Okay.
They are doing a lot of testing
Yeah,
with
over
the
here it's I think it's
car.
still limited within the San Francisco city. So I
Oh, okay.
don't think it goes to the airport still. Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
only taken like the ride once in it, but I've seen it
Uh,
for like a year and a half, 2 years.
oh, okay.
Yeah. It's very interesting what is possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So apart from that,
hmm
like have you been doing mostly computer vision, or have you been doing something different as well? Like how did you make it into computer vision?
Yeah, so like I said, my story, my background is software engineering. So then switched or organically got into the AI side because of my projects at Intel.
Yeah.
Started around like 2016, 2017. We were exploring how do we combine these different kind of sensors, get data, and then make some inference out of it. So we
Mm-hmm.
had uh, 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 built a system which would gather all these atmospheric gas data,
Hmm.
and then we collected all that data and then did some modeling on an Excel sheet. That is what we had used back then,
Yeah.
to figure out, right, at what time of the day the pollution goes up. And all this was because we were building a system which would go into a light lamppost, and
Mm-hmm.
that's this entire sensor system would be put into that light lamp for more like a smart city kind of a use case.
Okay.
So that's how it started. So we
Yeah.
started collecting a lot of data, and then we were figuring out what to do with this data, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we started exploring AI and machine learning, and then eventually moved into computer vision because the data here is very complex. There is
Mm-hmm.
a lot of data that gets collected.
Yeah.
So more data means more compute, which means no more interchips that can be sold. So
Yeah.
that's how it got started on the whole image side of it. But now we are exploring everything like the LLMs, the large language models, and even NLP models, and seeing how we can integrate these into these image
Yeah.
processing use cases.
Yeah, makes sense. And then, like I see like a lot more development even happening on the REST processing side, right? Like how do you
Yeah.
compete with the way I look at it is I don't know how a REST platform is able to do everything theoretically, right? Obviously,
hmm
able to do
Yeah,
most of the real world applications, and then the full instruction set from Intel is also like available.
right.
Like I've never actually quite understood why and how, but
Yeah.
like do you ever have to work with like a different instruction sets or like port things into a different platform?
Not to a different platform, but to your point, right? Because CPUs are the ones which run the x86, right? The computer.
Yeah,
You can obviously augment like a GPU, which is no graphics
yeah,
processing unit, or in Intel we have another thing called as the NPUs, neural processing units. So
okay,
those can be added additionally, and your AI workflows can run on. You can program your application to make these AI models run only on these no
okay,
additional hardwares instead of the CPU, right? So in
yeah,
that way, you're kind of doing a parallel processing kind of a thing, so that because your CPU may
yeah,
be doing multiple other things for your
yeah,
computer, right? Not just AI. So
Yeah.
you can definitely make use of
Okay.
these GPUs and NPUs and all the other hardware
Nice.
things to get it running fast. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So that definitely helps, and it's just
Hmm.
amazing, like how much the hardware has come along, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There used to be a day when there was a CPU, there was a GPU, completely
Hmm.
different set of applications would use one or the other, and now things are getting closer to each other. That like I'm
Yeah.
obviously like maybe speaking 10, 15 years ago when things started coming together. I don't
Right.
know enough about the underlying frameworks, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's like amazing how well things are.
Yeah.
It feels like things are not making progress, but when we look at it, it's like amazing, like how much progress has been made
Yeah.
within the
Yeah.
heart.
And the next stage to all this is quantum computing now.
Yeah,
So once that comes up, then no AI is again gonna
yeah,
be much more faster and more useful to solve some of these complex problems that we have currently.
yeah, yeah. So I think is it fair to say that AI is already available and quantum is like on the way in?
Yeah, quantum is on the way, and you can it's like AI is an application running on top of quantum, so
Yeah.
you can think in that way. Yeah,
Oh, sweet. Yeah,
yeah.
that would be really interesting. Like what we can do with all the qubits and like
Hmm.
all the fuzzy logic. And I think
Right.
it will just blend in, right? AI itself is not as discrete. Like
Yeah.
you give it the same set of parameters and it will give you different answers. Like
Right. Right.
what is give me my favorite, recommend a favorite color to me. It might
Hmm.
recommend me something. 5 minutes later, it might recommend me another color.
Yeah, and AI also, it's only certain domains where it's matured.
Yeah,
But other places, it's still a research phase, right?
yeah.
We're still in the development side of it, and we'll see more improvements. So, yeah, it's interesting. Tech is going to be interesting in the future.
Yeah. Makes sense. So let's say somebody is new in the industry and they want to make a
Mm-hmm.
career in computer vision, in I don't know, I would say like hardware optimization. Like
Mm-hmm.
where should they start and what should they be learning?
So computer vision, and you said hardware
Like relate, yeah,
optimization.
because computer
Yeah,
vision is one part of what you're doing, right? So
yeah,
the
yeah.
core of, I think, if I understand, is like you're taking care of the software aspects of a hardware, right? So
Yes.
I don't know if there is a real technical word to it,
Right, right.
but I would say hardware optimization, the software aspects
Yeah,
of the hardware optimization. So
yeah.
if somebody
Yes.
wants to make a career in similar to what you do, what are
Mm-hmm.
some of the skills they need?
Right. So, if you ask me specific for the hardware optimization side of it, several of the companies, the hardware companies, they have their own libraries that
Okay.
help in making these hardware run fast on their
Hmm.
platforms. So, Intel has something called OpenVINO, Intel OpenVINO. It's an open source
Okay.
package already available for anyone to just go and work with it. For NVIDIA, they have CUDA, which is again their programming language for training and
Okay.
all that. So for somebody who's new who wants to do a hardware optimization, go look into these individual packages and
Hmm.
upskill yourself with these. So it becomes easier for you to know when you're interviewing and things like that. It
Hmm.
becomes easier to make use of these packages and make your applications run faster on these
Yeah.
particular platforms. Yeah, that is the advice. And then on the AI side, I would say, right, it's just evolving. So
Yeah.
I don't know the degree that you get in a data science probably 2 years back is still even no valid or
Yeah.
not. But the point is, I think it's moving very fast, the field, and you have to learn, keep learning, keep updating your skills. It's not like no, if you study something, you're just done with it. You have to update and upgrade
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would say.
Makes sense. So it's like understanding the core of computing, like the real things that they teach in the college, right? The
Yeah,
hardware, the programming, the data structures,
right.
computer
And with
algorithms.
AI, the math is the core. I would say math, right? Math and statistics is the
Yeah.
core thing. So you need to know the basics and
Okay.
then keep building on these different tools and packages that are coming out like so very often now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so have that open mind to keep learning.
Yeah.
That's
Makes
what I
sense.
would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds perfect. So yeah. So in addition to like doing all of this work, like what are some
Mhm.
of your hobbies?
Hobbies, I mean, I do like volunteering, so I'm like very much involved in the community, um, especially on the women's side. I'm part of the Society of Women Engineers,
Mm-hmm.
so contribute there. We have a Phoenix section, and then we have a regional section as well. So
Okay.
I'm heavily involved in both of those, and then there is a nonprofit that I work with on robotics for
Mm-hmm.
kids because
Interesting.
we just feel like that's the middle high school level before the high school, right? The middle school level is where we need to encourage students to get into STEM side of it. They lose interest there,
Yeah.
so just the first Lego League competitions, and then we help students with the robotics and science projects and
Mhm.
things like that. So that's one part of it. Yeah,
Cool.
and yeah, and other thing I
Like
do
a
dragon
monthly
boating.
meetup? Is it like a monthly
Sorry.
meetup? But if somebody is interested, is it like a local in-person
Yeah,
meetup?
we have local and we also have virtual. Like the programs are offered to Girl Scouts, whole of US or whole of the world, I would say. So
Wow.
they just sign up, and then no, as speakers and as industry speakers, we come and talk about our journey to these kids. So what I am talking to you now, I
Ah,
have to level it down to a student,
yeah.
kids level, and then I talk about what I do at Intel, and then we do a small workshop. We have high school student ambassadors who help do these online workshops, and they get their badges, basically, the Girl Scouts, right? For them, the badge is the important thing. So they
Oh,
do
yeah.
their
Yeah.
workshops and they get these badges. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's thank you. Thank you for contributing back to the society. So
Sure.
that's really, really amazing. And like it's amazing like taking the same set of skills and being able to like
Mhm.
contribute back to the community is like it's very satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great. So, what are some of you did mention AI and quantum computing, right? Like, what are some of
Mhm.
the like if you have to like actually see the real applications of that, like where do you see in the shorter term, right? In the next 1 or 2 years, what do you
Mhm.
see as an application for both of them?
So quantum, like I said, the trainings, right? The AI model that we train,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna become more faster because of
Okay.
quantum computing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm envisioning this.
Sure.
And then the use cases, like I think the leader in that is autonomous cars, right? Because
Okay.
we already see Google, Waymo
Yeah.
cars running, right, without
Yeah.
driverless cars. So they probably become even more advanced with no human interaction at all. They can just take you from one place to the other. So that's one thing which I feel is very closer. Medical field I feel might take a little bit more time because of the regulations and all the
Yeah.
government data privacy and all those issues
Yeah.
are there. So getting approval just to deploy these models, even though models may be there, may be advanced, but seeing them really getting applied
Mm-hmm.
might be difficult in the medical side. That's what
Makes
I
sense.
feel. And then retail, you can start seeing things on the retail side of it. One of the use cases we are looking at is this QSR. So QSR is this our ordering, restaurants, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can quick sale kind of a restaurant thing, right? You take your car and then you make an order, and then your food gets delivered to you. So all that can get automated through
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, I think it's a
And
mix of robotics with AI. I think I'm seeing
right.
a lot more applications of like combining a few different technologies, putting them together, and seeing a real world impact on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And then industrial, I forgot to mention about industrial. That's also where we'll start seeing more of, like you
Hmm.
mentioned, robotics is one. And then using machine learning to find defects and things like that. Those use cases will also become more common. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, as we come closer to the conclusion of this episode, like,
Mhm.
are there any other things that you would like to share with the audience? Any tips or recommendations from a career perspective?
Career perspective, yeah, I would say just be curious, always ask questions. That's one advice I keep getting from
Yeah,
people. Have an open mind to learn new things, because otherwise you're gonna get stuck. People are saying like, no, oh, AI is coming, so people are gonna lose jobs, and we don't need software engineers, and
yeah,
although, yeah, nothing is gonna happen as long as you upgrade yourself and you understand how to use AI to make yourself more efficient, work more effectively. It's just gonna be fine. But you need to have that open mind, right? Don't get stuck with what you have learned 10 years back, because that's not gonna be what will be used in the next 10 years probably. So
yeah.
that's what I would tell people. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's a very important insight. Like I think it's up to the mindset, right? Saying
Hmm.
always be open to change, embrace
Yeah.
it in a way. If any technology has a positive and a negative, embrace the
Right.
positive. Negatives will take care of that by itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great. So yeah, apart from that, if somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way they can reach out?
Sure, LinkedIn is the best way.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty active on LinkedIn. So if they just send me a friend request or message me, I'm happy to
Okay.
accept and
Yeah.
respond. Yeah.
Yeah, so just search for the full name, Neethu Elizabeth
Yeah. Yeah.
Simon, and you should be able to find Neethu over there.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on the show and sharing your
Sure.
very valuable experience with all of us.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me here. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Main Street Minds. Want to share your journey with our audience? Head over to mainstreetmindspodcast.com/guest to apply.